Do you want to go from this to this in FS22? Well, I got the solution for you. First things first is we have to get into the settings menu in FarmSim22. So we're going to go down to options. We're going to go into the second tab on the left. We're going to go down to advanced graphics settings on the bottom, and we're going to scroll down until you hit foliage draw distance, and you're going to crank that all the way up to 200. By doing so, it'll allow you to customize your foliage distances in your XML. Anything below 200, it will not show the ability to do so in your XML. So the line that we need in the XML is not going to be there if it's below 200. So you need to put this up to 200, and we just hit apply, and then we hit back, and we can quit out of FS22. So from there, we're going to go into, I am going to go into my mods folder. It's probably the easiest way to do this. We're going to go back one tab into Farming Simulator 22. We're going to scroll down to game. We're going to open that with Notepad++. And then from here, we will now have under the scalability thing here, I guess, I don't know what, family, I guess is what we can call it. We will have foliage view distance coefficient, and it's going to be set to 2. 10 is really high. You have to have a pretty high-end PC to run this without having really low FPS. It will drop your FPS, but if you have a high-end PC, I think you'll be completely fine. I have been running it on 6, and I've been getting like high 40s, low 50s FPS still. So, and I don't have the greatest system. So I run a 1070 Ti with a i9 processor and 32 gigs of RAM. So I'm still pretty outdated with my system, but 6 is fine with me. But 10, if you really want to get good view distances on maps such as Loma, Montana, coming out from No Creek Farms, it's very open, especially with the elevation changes. If you're up on top of the breaks, you can see for miles and miles. So if you want to actually kind of see the foliage and the distance and stuff, this is the tutorial for you. Other maps where there's a lot of foliage, trees, all that kind of stuff, probably isn't going to matter that much. But if you want to play these bigger open maps, US style maps, this will help out a lot with your game. So if we're going to crank it to 10. 10 is where I had it on the little preview there at the beginning. We could see across the river and all that stuff. So we'll hop into game real quick, and I'll kind of go over what else it changes. So we're up here on one of the top of the breaks on Loma, Montana. And really, the biggest thing for me when we increase the foliage distance is you do still have that initial, like, small circle, right? So when we turn, if you kind of look just below half of the screen here, you can kind of see that. But if we look out farther, it's not nearly as bad. But we'll show you here. I'll clip in a clip of what it would look like if we had our foliage set to normal at 2. And this is what you see base game. So you can clearly see that circle there. The foliage just doesn't, it doesn't look right. It just, yes, when you get lower, it's not as bad, but still one of those things. You can't really see the grasses outside of what you want to. So yeah, this is what it looks like base game. And then again, just kind of with the grass and the foliage, especially with how great the foliage is on this map and how No Creek set it up, it just, like, it's nice to be able to see your foliage in the distance, especially with the grasses and stuff. It doesn't look so bare. I mean, obviously way out there, you can't see it over on the across the valley and on the other bluff over there. Yeah, so it's definitely a huge difference. So yeah, just a little tutorial video if you guys are curious. Again, probably going to need a little bit higher of a PC if you're going to do this. Up to you. Mess with the settings a little bit. You can lower it. You can make it even higher. Do what you want to do. But that is how you actually increase your foliage distance and kind of minimize that circle of death is what I like to call it. So thanks for watching. Hope that it helps you out, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.